On May 31st, Paris Saint-Germain won the UEFA Champions League, finishing a season that started 9.5 months ago. 15 days later, PSG was playing a competitive game, not a friendly, in the United States. The Club World Cup is a stupid idea. It is a travesty. It is a stain on the sport. And it is going to shorten the careers of the players we love watching. My name is Howie. This is Positively Portugal. Let's get into it. This latest version of the Club World Cup consists of 32 teams. It mimics the format of the actual World Cup. And yes, starting next year, the World Cup is increasing to 48 countries. But until it happens, it hasn't happened. The Club World Cup is supposed to be a mirror image of the regular World Cup. So my question now is, why is the Champions League still played every year instead of every 4 years, which would mimic the Euro tournament? So immediately there's a big discrepancy that doesn't really make sense. And here's the big kicker. We just had the Club World Cup in December. It's called the Intercontinental Cup. They changed the name to the Intercontinental Cup because, well, now the Club World Cup is a bigger thing. It exists. It's an added tournament. But the truth is we just did it. And every 4 years, there's going to be 2 Club World Cups, except only one of them is called the Club World Cup. Do you have a headache now? Because I think I do explaining this. There's been a lack of ticket sales, a lack of fan interest in the United States for the Club World Cup. And a lot of people say that, well, you put it in the United States, it's a country where football, or soccer as it's called there, is only the 5th most popular team sport. But I don't think that's necessarily it. Real Madrid has sold out its games. You have other huge clubs like Bayern Munich and Manchester City competing in this. The problem is we just did this. The Club World Cup happened 6 months ago. Real Madrid won that Intercontinental Cup 3-0 over Pachuca. And 6 months later, Real Madrid and Pachuca are going to play each other again in the group stage of the new Club World Cup. So I think there's a lot of fan fatigue going on here. There's a lot of confusion. People are just tired. One of the reasons that the real World Cup works is you have fans from every country traveling to one country to support their national team. I'm not going to get into every club that's in the Club World Cup because that would bore everyone to tears, myself included. But I want to use one example. ES Tunis, out of Tunisia. Now, in every country in the world outside of Tunisia, a population of just over 12 million, the Tunisian population abroad is microscopic, including in their own neighboring countries. So when Tunisians gather, it's going to have to be for the Tunisian national team. Once you start splitting it into the various Tunisian clubs, guess what? It doesn't work. Now, even though ES Tunis is the biggest Tunisian club, they've won their league 34 times, as opposed to their nearest competitor, whoever that may be, which has only won it 13 times. It doesn't matter. There's 16 teams in the first Tunisian division. There are 28 teams in the second Tunisian division. That's a total of 44. So you take a microscopic population in any country. I can't say divided by 44 because obviously ES Tunis is going to have more fans than 1/44 of that fan. They're probably the most popular Tunisian team. I don't know. But you can't fracture a microscopic population that much. Expect people who don't support that club to travel to the United States or Tunisians living in the United States who don't support ES Tunis to give a damn. So this format here, it's only going to work for the major clubs. Lack of competitive integrity. Inter Miami is in the Club World Cup. The only reason they are there is so that FIFA can throw Lionel Messi onto the world stage one more time. It wasn't enough that Argentina was gifted an illegitimate World Cup. And anyone who knows anything about the sport knows Argentina was gifted that World Cup. But Inter Miami has never won a damn thing. They say, oh, we've won the League's Cup. Is there anybody who can explain what the League's Cup is? They've never won the MLS Cup, which is winning the league. They have never won their confederation, the CONCACAF Champions Cup, which is the equivalent. It's not the equivalent. It's the answer to the UEFA Champions League. Inter Miami was just thrown in there because they figure, well, if we put Messi in there, maybe we'll get some better television ratings. We'll sell a few more tickets. Well, that didn't quite work out because tickets on some secondary websites, ticket sale websites, went down to as little as $4, $4 to see Inter Miami play. And I want to know, from a competitive standpoint, how does Inter Miami get into the Club World Cup instead of, say, for example, New York City FC, who has actually won their league? They did that in 2021, and that is a year that would be considered as grounds for getting into the Club World Cup. So, again, nothing makes sense. There's zero competitive integrity in having Messi and the Seven Dwarfs, or however many ex-Barcelona players are on Inter Miami, and it makes this whole damn thing a sham. More examples of competitive fraud. We're going to talk about teams that are not playing there that should be. And what better place to start than right here in Portugal? In the last 5 years, Sporting has been champions of Portugal 3 times. Benfica has won it once. Porto has won it once. So who are the 2 teams representing Portugal in the Club World Cup? It's Benfica and Porto. Okay, you want to say the 24-25 season didn't count for qualification? All right, well, in the last 4 years, that means Sporting has won it twice. Benfica once, Porto once. You see, not counting one of Sporting's championships doesn't give that to Benfica or Porto. And I know that the Taça de Portugal has nothing to do with this. I did read that the reason Porto and Benfica got selected over Sporting was in European competitions in whatever time span it was, I guess the 2021 to 23, 24 seasons, who the hell knows, Porto and Benfica did better in Europe. But that's a load of crap. That really is, because what the Champions League is, it's 36 teams. In the years that counted for qualification, it was 32 teams. And in my mind, as a Real Madrid fan, the Champions League is 1 winner and 31 losers. There's no 10th place ribbon, or whatever the hell you want to call it. There's no consolation prize. You either win the damn trophy or you don't win the trophy. So to have the most dominant team in Portugal not be there, well, that's okay. But you can't turn around and give it to 2 other Portuguese teams who have not dominated Portuguese football the way Sporting has. Let's circle back to FC Barcelona. As we spoke about, the joke, the laughing stock that is Inter Miami, also known as the Ghosts of Barcelona Past, are in this ridiculous tournament. The regular FC Barcelona is not. Atletico Madrid is the second representative of Spain. How did we get here? Now, I realize that the last time Barcelona won anything internationally was 2015, but Atletico Madrid has never won anything international. No, I shouldn't say that. I think that maybe they won the Europa League, or hell, maybe it was called the UEFA League back then. I don't know. But they've never won the Champions League. And that's what this should be about, the Champions League. In terms of the league, if we're not counting 24-25, then in the previous 4 seasons, Barcelona won it once, Atletico won it once. So we have a tie. Barcelona is getting punished because, well, they got relegated to the Europa League in 2 seasons, and Atletico has advanced further than they have. But again, this is now a matter of participation trophies. Atletico Madrid has still never won the damn Champions League. And as much as I don't believe in cups and tosses, shouldn't that be the tiebreaker? Instead of getting further in a competition that you still lose? Atletico Madrid has no business being in the Club World Cup, and that was very evident from that game yesterday where they lost 4-0 to PSG. So as much as I despise Barcelona, and I do, they got screwed. We have teams that are competing in the Club World Cup that don't belong there. We have teams that are not competing in the Club World Cup that do belong there. And then we have teams that nobody would ever give 2 squirts of piss about. So this is not a USA thing. This is a football thing. This is something that FIFA either needs to fix or just not do it again. So, if you want more videos about Portugal, the process of moving here, Portuguese football, anything Portugal related, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. These are the best things you can do to help a content creator on YouTube. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to let you know that we don't need football 12 months a year. It's really nice outside today. Let's go out and take a walk.